got you.
Okay, Nancy, the YouTube stream is good now, but I haven't heard back from Joe. But
Okay.
YouTube, you're good to go whenever y'all like.
Okay. All right. It's past a little bit past 7:00. I want to welcome everybody that has joined us for our board meeting. We're still waiting on Joe to connect, but this is a special board meeting because of the time and the fact that we are online and will continue to do our board meetings online. Do we feel safe to do them otherwise? For the general public and anyone else out there that has joined us on the live board meeting, there's also a link there if you want to look at our agenda. It's close to that link that you got on to view the meeting. At this time, let's look at the agenda. And on the agenda, the first item on the agenda is approval of minutes for June 16th, 2020, which was a special board meeting. Regular date and time is different, and the format and actually the location as well. So I need a motion to approve the minutes for June 16th.
I'll make it.
Okay, a motion from Keith. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Number 2 on our agenda is the financial report for June. And you have that in front of you. I need a motion to approve the financial report.
I'll make that motion to approve the financial report.
Okay, I'll second.
Number 3 is approval to award a bid for propane. Debbie, Ms. Stevens, you want to tell us anything about the propane bid?
We only received 2 bids. One is from Feral Gas, who currently has the bid. They bid the low bid of $109. Caney Valley Propane was the other bid. They bid $129.
Okay.
We're satisfied with the service with Feral Gas, and they do have the low bid, so I would recommend we go with them.
If we all run out
I'll make
again.
a motion that we go without. Sorry, Key.
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alicia.
Okay, I'll go ahead and make the motion that we stay with Feral Gas and accept their bid.
I'll second that. Okay, number 4 on the agenda is the selection of a board member to fill the vacancy. As you know, Ms. Preston stepped down, and we had a vacancy in her precinct, precinct 1. And Ms. Stevens, do you want to comment on that?
We did have one applicant who completed the paperwork and submitted it. Bridget Howard. She is a former teacher and has belonged to the health board. She seems to be perfectly qualified. All it needs is for someone to make a motion and have it approved by the board, and then she will be ready to serve next meeting.
I'll make that motion that we accept Bridget Howard to fill that vacancy.
Okay, I'll make a second motion.
Okay, so Bridget Howard
You want to
fill
vote?
that position. What'd you say? Did you?
You want us to
Everybody
vote?
to vote.
What is it?
We need everyone to vote. I got Nancy made the motion.
Uh-huh.
All in favor?
I think I hear Joe. It's real faint, or somebody. Okay.
And I vote aye.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, number 5 is selection of a board chair and vice chair.
I make a motion uh, at Nancy White, the board chair.
I'll second the motion. I think she's been doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's fine. I don't mind. And then for vice chair, I'd like to make a motion that Alicia Roseberry fill that position. Do I have a second? Do I have a second on Alicia to fill the vice chair position? I made the motion.
Do I need
I'll second.
to or somebody else?
Second it.
Joe? Okay.
And I,
Okay, thank you guys.
Do we need anything else there, Miss Stevens?
No, that's all.
Okay. Number 6, set time for future meetings. I know there has been some conflict. I know, Keith, you actually had to make a pit stop at our last meeting just so you could attend. Anyone want to make a recommendation there?
don't
Keith?
make me. I just like it to be at 7 o'clock. The day doesn't really matter. Bad. What do Debbie? Does the fiscal court want us to change ours?
No, they have never mentioned changing. I've had a couple of people in the community have said that it was inconvenient to try to watch both at the same time. So, but that's completely up to you guys when you want to have it.
Would a Wednesday or a Thursday be the same week, but just change the day? Wednesday, Thursday.
That'd be fine.
Does anyone have a preference?
A lot of people have church on Wednesdays, so if you want to change the date, I would suggest you pick Thursday instead of Wednesday.
I know our church is Thursday. The Baptist church is Thursday. First Baptist Church. I'm not sure. Elisa, when is your off?
Ours used to be on Wednesday nights, but Friday nights our youth group. But of course, we haven't been having youth group anymore because of the coronavirus. But
Right.
yeah, I don't want to do Friday or Saturday.
Okay. Well, I don't either.
If it's going to conflict with people's church nights, so we can keep it on Tuesday. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I know you don't want it on a Monday.
No. I know I had mentioned that earlier on Monday. The girls trying to shuffle around and getting the agenda fixed and our financial reports, any kind of report. It's just harder to do on Monday.
What about the fourth Tuesday? Or leave it fine with me.
I mean, is that too far at the end of the month? What?
If we're going to move it from the second week of the month, I would rather wait and let you guys do that at the beginning of the year. It just seems like it's a little unsettled to make that big a change.
Right. Well, why don't we just do Thursday then? If we've got people doing youth group and church, when and if we can get things kind of back to normal and just split the middle there and do Thursday. Does anybody have a problem with Thursdays at 7 o'clock? At least till the new year rolls around?
Thursday, Wednesday. Sorry, I missed that.
Thursday.
That's
Joe,
fine.
what's your take on this?
It don't matter to me.
Okay. Well, it really didn't me. I know I don't drive to work. So, Alicia, what do you think?
I'm good with it being at 7 o'clock. So whatever day you all choose is fine too.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion that we go Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Then
So the second Thursday of every month at 7 o'clock.
second Thursday, second or the third Thursday. What are we
Third.
doing now?
I'm sorry, third Thursday.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Keith,
so
is that good with you, Keith?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Nancy made the motion. We need a second.
I'll second.
And then maybe as it gets into winter, we can look at something else. Cause I know y'all are up there really late. Okay, number 7 is approval of student teaching agreement with EKU at Eastern Kentucky. Ms. Stevens, you said that evidently we had someone.
Yes, someone reached out from EKU and said that we have a student there who would like to do their student teaching here. So we just need to agree to the terms of, we will provide the services that they need. They will provide support for the student as well. And we basically assign an experienced teacher to mentor that student.
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Okay. Alicia, Joe.
I said aye.
Okay. Everything's cutting in and out. It's kind of hard to. Okay, approval to award bid for fire alarm monitoring service. How many bids did we have there, Ms. Stevens?
We had 3 bids. However, 2 of them did not mention specific monitoring services. We only had 1 bid that was complete, and that's the company that's currently got the bid. And their bid is about $600 lower than it was last year. They're bidding $2,800, and the A&S and Southern Fire bid on things like inspections and everything except the monitoring itself. So the only complete bid we did get was from Amtech.
I make a motion that we stick with Amtech then. If you're satisfied with them and they're the ones that completed a bid agreement, sounds like.
Yeah.
Need a second?
Second.
Joe, second. Alicia? Okay. Keith? Okay. Number 9 is approval to award a bid for diesel.
Okay, on that we received 2 bids. Petroleum Trader Company bid 6 cents above rack rate. John W. Clark bid 5.5 above rack rate. Petroleum Trader Company is the one who had the bid last year, and they have been very dependable. I'm not sure that it's worth taking a chance for a penny a gallon to, let someone else have the bid when we're very satisfied with the ones that have given it.
I'll make a motion. We keep it the same. I didn't understand the name of them, but
Petroleum Trader Company.
Where are they out of?
Southern Indiana. I think just across from Louisville.
Okay. We have a second for that?
Okay, I'll make a motion. Second.
Okay, number 10, approval to submit BG1 and funding request for safety improvement exterior access for students at Elliott County High School. You want to explain that?
I'll try. There is a pot of money that was made available at the last legislative session for safety improvements. One thing that we've needed for quite some time is push button camera access to the back door where the students park behind the high school, so that if someone comes in late, they don't have to walk around in front of the building in order to get in. That keeps them away from the highway. if they could just go to the back door, push a button, let Robin see them and buzz them in, it would be more safe. And this is a streamlined approach to getting that funding. They said all we need to do is submit a BG1 and a funding request and have the board approve that, and they would approve the money.
So they would buzz in at the back door just like they
Just
buzz
like they
in
did the front.
Okay.
I'll make that.
Okay. Need a second? Motion made by Keith.
I'll go ahead and second. I think it's a good idea.
Okay, review and discuss the monthly maintenance log. Of course, I'm sure mowing is on there with all the rain and the heat we've had. Anything out of the ordinary there?
The only thing that I can think of that they did this month that they didn't have to last month was they had to patch the roof leak at Sandy Hook Elementary. Other than that, a whole lot of mowing and weed eating.
Where was that leak at exactly?
It was close to the office end, down that hallway. Got Sandy Hook Elementary office.
Whatever happened to the new gym? I know I've been there a time or two, volleyball, basketball would be going on, and I noticed there was some leaks in the roof there in the new gym.
They just keep patching whenever a different leak comes, they get it patched. We need to replace that roof and the one at Sandy Hook Elementary as soon as we can.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I know the other leaks seem like at the elementary were in the library section.
Well, that was the part the warranty deal covered last year, so we got that.
Yeah. Anything else on the monthly maintenance log? Anything coming up out of the ordinary for this month that you know of?
I can't think of anything. It's pretty mundane.
Yeah, okay.
I just have a question. I know a while back, several months ago, there was some mold or something in the high school. I was making sure that those filters are still being changed.
Yes. So the filters are changed, and we also put a dehumidifier in each of those classrooms, and those are mounted so that they run continuously and vent to the outdoors.
Wonderful. Okay.
Number 12 is approval of consent items.
Nancy, let's go back and get someone, make a motion to acknowledge the maintenance log.
Oh, okay, I apologize. Need a motion to approve the review and discussion of the monthly maintenance log.
I'll make that to approve the maintenance log.
I'll second. That everybody?
Nancy.
Okay.
Nancy,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing Joe or Smiley's video feed. Is it okay if we pause for a minute? Let me exit and retry to join so I can get their video feed. Is it okay?
Okay. Yes. Just let me know.
All right.
Ed, will we need to do anything?
I can still see them. I don't know if it's just not being broadcast.
Yeah, I've got it now. Let me make sure.
I'm not sure either.
I can hear buttons clicking.
Okay. We're good, Nancy.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll continue with the approval of consent items. Do we have any questions on those consent items? Is there anything we need to go over there, Ms. Stevens?
They're all pretty cut and dried, and everything is uploaded, except the creation of the district-wide school nurse position. But that is something that will be funded through Gateway. That the judge helped us get some funding for that. So if you approve that, we create that position, we will go ahead and advertise and hire a second school nurse.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
make a motion, we approve that.
I'll second the motion for the approval of consent items. We'll have to thank Myron for that, because that doesn't cost the school anything for that second position.
Okay, we got Alicia and made the motion, Nancy seconded, we need to vote.
Okay, number 13 is discussion items. And the first one on that one is the student discipline report, file number 67. We've been following this person for a while now. What's the update there?
This person has completed the requirements that you guys set forth for him and is ready to come back to school on a probationary method. He completed the assignments that was required, and that was the big thing that he kept dragging his feet on, but he did get caught up.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2 is transportation for Upward Bound trip.
Upward Bound has been asking for us to provide transportation as we normally do. I'm hesitant to recommend that until we're able to start school in person, and I'm not sure that that's a good idea until we know how the pandemic plays out, whether we agree to that yet or not. So I'd like to just hold off on that.
Okay. I agree with that too, as well. Do we need to do anything there, or just?
No, we'll just wait until they send us a bus request and revisit it at that time.
Okay, all right. And then number 3 is draft school reopening plan, and we actually have that. Does anyone have any questions about that? Of course.
I do. I did not get to review that.
Nancy, would you like to just kind of go over the highlights so that everybody that's listening can hear? And then if Alicia has any other questions, I'll do my best to answer them.
Okay. I guess I just probably need to read the first page, and then we'll just kind of go from there, a paragraph at a time. What do you want to do there?
That's fine if you want to. Okay. I will if this is agreed upon by the board, I will publish this on the web page and make an all call so all the parents are aware of what's going on.
Okay. All right. It says, while our preferred model of instructional delivery is the traditional educational environment, we anticipate continued public health restrictions when school resumes this fall, and we've had some of those restrictions just this afternoon. Our intent is to provide instructional support for our students in the safest way possible, safeguarding the health of our students, their families, and our staff, while adhering to all applicable, it's a hard word for me to say, public health orders. We understand that some families prefer a remote or virtual learning environment, while others prefer a traditional approach to educational service delivery. And if conditions permit, the Elliott County School District plans to provide both. After consideration of the current state of the COVID-19 pandemic in our region, we have revised our original plan. We are currently planning to begin the school year for students on September the 8th with the focus on virtual learning. At the end of the first grading period, which is October the 20th, we will re-examine the pandemic situation with the hope of being able to offer parents the choice of either sending their children to school for in-person instruction for the second grading period or term, October 21st through December 18th, or continuing with the virtual learning option. All decisions are being made with the safety of our student, staff, and community in mind. So they have 2 options if we get to go back second 9 weeks. All students grades 3 through 12 will be issued a Chromebook to ensure that they will be able to access necessary material. We are expecting those Chromebooks to arrive at the end of August. we have purchased an online subscription to a virtual curriculum for grades K through 12, which will allow students who have internet access to work at their own pace. Teachers will be recording lessons to supplement this curriculum and will be available to interact with students through telephone, email, recorded lessons, or virtual meetings. Teachers will be available between the hours of 8 to 3 each day that school is scheduled on the attached calendar. In addition, teachers who work through the Extended School Service Program will be available regularly on Mondays through Thursday from 5 until 7. Parents or students who wish to schedule individualized time with a teacher may request assistance by emailing the homework help line or by calling the office at their child's school. Anybody have any questions about that part? Anybody have a comment about that part? It's
No,
pretty
Debbie,
well.
I'm just wondering how you, what do you feel about it?
I
If you
feel,
can,
I just think this is the safest that we can be for the kids and the teachers at this point in time, and we're just going to have to play it by ear with whatever guidance is issued next. Right now, I don't feel that it's safe for us to have face-to-face with kids just coming in and out. There's too many cases of the COVID-19 in our area and in the state. And actually, our state just today was mentioned as one that's going to be the next hotspot if something isn't.
okay.
I'll go on with page 2. We feel that it's critical for primary age students to have one-on-one interaction with adults and will offer that option for parents who choose it. Curriculum for these students is also being prepared for parents and students to work on at home. If parents prefer that option, any one-on-one interaction must be approved and scheduled in advance, and all Department of Public Health guidelines will be followed. That involves health screenings, temperature checks, masks, social distancing, and sanitation measures. Any questions about that? Of course, we've kind of been following a lot of that at home, or should be. Those have been the suggestions from our governor. We also feel it's critical for some vocational students to have one-on-one interaction with adults, for example, welding instructions. Students who participate in this in-person instruction must also adhere to the guidelines mentioned above. We recognize that the effective instruction must be addressed differently than the NTI that is used at the end of the past school year. There will be more structured instruction, as well as more structured interaction between students and teachers this school year. The expectation for students, mastery of work is a given, and a great deal of planning is occurring to ensure that this expectation becomes a reality. Teachers will be meeting virtually with other teachers to ensure that all students are receiving rigorous instruction and that the Kentucky academic standards are being addressed. They will meet each other Wednesday from 1 until 3 in grade level or department teams to this end. In order to account for teachers' contracted days of employment, they will be required to work 11 days that do not involve student interaction. These days are being planned to allow them to make initial contact with guardians to explain the guidelines for the upcoming school year and to receive professional development in implementing the online curriculum that will be used this year. Guidance from the Kentucky Department of Education and Kentucky Public Health stresses the importance of flexibility during this time. With that in mind, we're planning for multiple eventualities. Someone from the school will be in touch with each guardian within the next few weeks to explain expectations and to answer questions. Okay, and then that second section is in-person traditional instruction option. Um, this, well, it says May through October. I guess.
It may be available after October 20th. So
Okay.
we can just wait on that one. No reason to read it all the way through because we don't know if we're going to be able to use it or not. But
Right, that's what I was thinking too. Okay, let's go to the remote or virtual option. This is the only option available for students for the first grading period, and that's from September 8th to October 20th, with the exception of certain vocational classes. And you mentioned welding there and instruction for primary age students. Students will stay at home and receive instruction virtually. Chromebooks will be provided for all students in grades 3 through 12. Students who have internet access will be using the OdysseyWare program to complete their lessons. Teachers will be assigned to monitor progress of students participating in the program and will be available to assist with individual student questions. School staff is working to develop options, materials to be downloaded on the Chromebooks, and to use the jump drive, etc., to download stuff to help students without internet access so that they may participate in a meaningful manner. Teachers and aides will work with students in grades K through 3 on developmentally appropriate learning activities. Lunch program will be available in some form for students who are participating in the remote virtual classroom option. So it's all of them, first 9 weeks. And those details will be provided. And then, of course, there is a calendar attached to that to show, dates that we're open and that kind of thing. Do you need to discuss anything about the lunch program yet? Are you all finished with the development of that, or?
We just received guidance today about how the program is going to be working for this coming year, so we really don't have everything worked out yet. One thing that I did want to mention that's not spelled out in there is that all of our classified staff will still be employed. We will use the bus drivers and the aides to do additional cleaning or delivering meals or whatever, so that everyone will be employed this year just as if they were driving the kids to school or if they were working in the library with a small group of kids or whatever. Everybody's going to have a job. There'll be all hands on deck.
Now, that was a question I had earlier too, because we hadn't heard anything from the state about people staying home with a paycheck. Anybody else have any questions, any comments?
I wanted to ask the question about the kids, the virtual part. Is the teachers going to be in the classroom live doing it?
We're going to have them doing lessons live, but they'll be recording them as well so that kids that can't watch them at a certain time can pull those recordings up and see them later. So they'll be there, or maybe they just need to watch them again to get a second dose of it.
Okay, because
I think that's a good option too, because kids learn at different rates anyway, and maybe they may miss a lesson.
And maybe hearing it a second time will help them.
Right, exactly.
That's good. So they will be teaching every day then, just as if they were at school, right?
They're going to be working with this online curriculum that we have purchased. It goes along with what they're teaching. It's got everything in there that they would be teaching if they were in class. So they're going to pick out the things that kids need to be taught about and teach those concepts. They'll be teaching brief lessons, and then maybe they will have some Google Meet meetings with their class, and we're going to try to get those recorded as well in case kids can't see those.
It's mentioned it's an OdysseyWare program. Where did that program come from, Ms. Stevens? I mean,
it's been around for several years, and it's actually we have purchased small parts of the program for kids that needed maybe a foreign language class that we weren't able to offer. or for credit recovery for students who were not going to graduate on time. It's been around for years and it's research-based. It seems to be a pretty good fit.
Okay. I knew I had heard that name, but I couldn't remember
I think
what the connection was with
I
that.
think they've expanded it greatly because they saw this virtual environment coming and saw that we were going to need it. So they've added some features to it.
Okay.
What about the internet service? Well, I remember at one of the meetings I went to in the PAC, I think maybe it was Myron who mentioned something about getting internet for the children who don't have it.
I talked to someone from Mountain Telephone today, and they're working on an option to give a decent break for people that don't have internet, and also to set up some Wi-Fi hotspots. So if kids, there are a few people that don't want the internet. So, we're trying to make every option available for people as they need it.
Okay. So there'll be classes 5 days a week then?
Yes.
Or
The calendar, any day that school would normally be scheduled.
I want it for the people to know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that, but
Yeah. Yes, they'll be following the school calendar. That's,
Okay, Keith,
you know,
me and you talked earlier, and you mentioned something about Megan. She said that she would like for her first graders and second graders to have iPads or something. Will those
Chromebook.
be able? Okay.
iPads or Chromebooks.
Chromebooks.
Will
Chromebooks.
they be provided for the children who don't have them, or?
We haven't really talked a lot about that. Megan mentioned some different programs, but she didn't.
So
I'm not sure exactly what she wants, but whatever it is, we're going to try to get it for her.
Okay.
Another thing, what is the kindergarten kids and the first through second grade going to do for this 9 weeks? Because they don't have Chromebooks to do classroom work, or what are they going to do?
We've got, we're going to do packets and have all the aides and teachers either talking to them on the phone, talking to their parents. Pardon me?
Really ain't concerned so much with first graders and second graders is already going to know, but especially the kindergarten coming in, how are we going to get them started?
That's the reason that we added something in there about scheduling some one-on-one time. If it's safe for us to have kindergarten kids come in and meet with the teacher one-on-one and spend a day, then we're going to do that.
I just wanted that sort of explained to the people they asking that question.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just want to let Joe know that his microphone is on mute in case he's trying to communicate that his microphone is on mute in case he's trying to talk in and his microphone's muted.
Okay. Joe, your mic's muted. Do you have any questions? There we go. Do you have any questions?
I'm good.
Okay. So you're going to meet, I guess you're going to meet with Megan then, or Miss West? And
Yeah, she'll be in the morning. She's
Okay.
coming up to talk to me anyway.
Okay. Well, keep us posted on that.
Okay.
Okay. What do we need as far as the draft to
We
the
just-
reopening? Do we need a motion on that?
Yes, please.
Okay, we need a motion to adopt the draft for school reopening plan, and I will make that motion.
I'll say that motion.
Okay, that is the last of the discussion items. Number 14, informational items. There's item A, and that's the employment of personnel. Do you need those names read or anything?
No, this
Okay.
is just for your information.
Okay. And item B, professional and classified personnel employed.
That's just the list of everybody that's certified and a list of everybody that's classified that will be working for us this year.
Right. And C, employment and assignment of extended day staff. Again, you have a list, correct?
There is a list uploaded.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, number 15, approval of claims and salaries. It's on there this time, Ms. Stevens.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Uh,
And number 16, unless someone else has anything else they would like to comment on. Anyone? I would like to thank everybody that had. I know you all have worked so hard, so diligently to get this school reopening plan. I know everybody has, you know, has our community and our students, our school, you know, safety in mind and the kids in mind. So, you know, y'all are to be commended on that, and principals, staff. We're in uncharted territory, I guess, and we just have to stick together and do what we can.
Yes, that's true.
I agree. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Miss Stevens, for all the time and hard work you've put in.
You're welcome. Glad to see you feeling better, Alicia.
Thank you. I'm glad to be feeling better.
You look better.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And number 16 is our motion to adjourn. I need a motion there.
motion. Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.
All right. You too.
Aye. Adjourn.